Welcome back to GBC World News. I'm Cindy Garcia, broadcasting from Houston, Texas. Thank you so much for joining us. In the U.S., General David Petraeus, the new director of the CIA, hands over command of U.S. and NATO-led troops in Afghanistan. GBC World News has more about that handover.
U.S. General David Petraeus hands over command of U.S. and NATO-led troops in Afghanistan to Lieutenant General John Allen. During his year in command of the International Security Assistance Forces, Petraeus oversaw the arrival of 30,000 extra US personnel, which helped stop the momentum of a growing Taliban insurgency. Violence across Afghanistan during 2010 was the worst since 2001. At the ceremony at ISAF headquarters in Kabul, Lieutenant General Allen, the new commander of the NATO-led forces, acknowledged there was still work to be done.
It is my intention to maintain the momentum of this campaign, this great campaign on which we have embarked. I will continue to support in every way possible the recruiting, the training, the preparation and equipping, and the fielding and the employment of the Afghan National Security Forces.
The handover comes a day after the start of a gradual process of transferring security responsibilities in the country to Afghan forces. General Petraeus was also honoured by Afghan President Hamid Karzai. Petraeus is returning to Washington to take over as director of the CIA.
In Los Angeles, traffic moved fast on the weekend despite a freeway shutdown so large it was dubbed Carmageddon. The unprecedented construction-related shutdown of a 10-mile stretch of the 405 freeway created fears that it might delay motorists for hours this weekend on alternative routes, with ripple effects reaching to other major highways. While the project wasn't scheduled to end until Monday morning, officials say that drivers stayed off the roads and serious traffic jams were averted. Officials say the light traffic that began on Friday evening when work crews started to block on ramps and connectors to the closed stretch of the 405 freeway continued through the next morning and into Saturday. Plans called for the Canyon Pass to reopen Monday morning after a shutdown was orchestrated to allow crews to demolish part of a bridge for a $1 billion freeway widening project. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority reports that on a typical weekend, 500,000 vehicles file through the stretch of freeway that was closed for that project. The freeway stretch passes through a canyon that connects the occasionally sweltering San Fernando Valley to the more temperate west side and its Tony Beach communities. In entertainment news, GBC World News reports green technologies turn a former forgotten East German coal mining district into a hip and happening festival location.
Once one of the most polluted towns in East Germany and a long-forgotten hub of the coal industry, Greffenhaninchen has a new lease of green life. Green technologies have turned this former environmental dead zone into a hip and happening festival location that draws tens of thousands to Ferropolis, the city of iron. Melt, Europe's largest Indian electro festival, now in its 14th edition, is about raising awareness of the countryside and ecosystem that was once crippled by the coal industry. The organisers aim to turn the festival into one of the greenest events of this kind.
I mean, the festival is not really eco-friendly, but what we can do to make it more eco-friendly is what we do. And now, for example, we have a solar energy station on the roofs of the halls we have here. So most of the power we use here, and we use quite a lot of power, comes from the solar energy stations we have built here in the last year. And then we try to give the people better options to use public transport to come here.
The Electric Hotel has opened its check-in for festival goers for the first time. For just €1, people can check in their cell phones or other electric appliances and have them recharged using exclusively renewable energy from solar and wind power. Others help generate their own energy to keep in touch with friends with a little hard graft. International artists from the Indian electro scene return year after year to rock the crowds. This year's lineup included Pulp, The White Lies, Boys Noise, The Editors, The Naked and Famous, and many others. Melt sold out its 20,000 tickets once again, proving great contemporary music can go hand in hand with a new environmental awareness.
Harry Potter's record-breaking weekend tops the day's showbiz news and headlines. Let's take a look.
The final Harry Potter film has shattered box office records with $168.6 million in ticket sales over its debut weekend. That's the best three-day opening ever in the United States and Canada. The staggering sum for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 beat the previous record of $158.4 million over the initial 3 days for the 2008 Batman movie, The Dark Knight. The Marine Corps Ball is going to be a star-studded event this year. After Mila Kunis accepted an invite from a soldier to attend, now her Friends with Benefits co-star Justin Timberlake says he may join in the party too. Like Kunis, Timberlake also received a published YouTube invite from a soldier. He says he will attend as long as his schedule permits. Finally, Jane Fonda has released an online statement criticizing home shopping TV network QVC for allegedly dropping her scheduled appearance due to pressure from angry viewers. Fonda was supposed to appear to promote her new book Primetime, but says the network received a flood of angry calls citing her anti-war activism of the 1960s and 70s. Fonda criticized QVC for succumbing to pressure. QVC said she was dropped merely because of a programming change.
You're watching GBC World News. I'm Cindy Garcia. We will be right back after this short break.